my channel. Today I'm going to do a video about the time I got fired for sleeping. So this started when I used to work in a big company. I'm not gonna name the name. So it's a big company. It's a factory, a big factory in Montreal. And I used to work in the cafeteria, which is a different company. It's like a brand. I don't even know how to say it, but it's like, for example, how do I say that? It's like a franchise of cafeterias in factories. So there's different types of franchise in different factories. So I used to live in that franchise of cafeteria in the factory of a different name. I used to be in the cafeteria. So the boss from the cafeteria, was the manager, was really nice to me. He hired me, he liked me. And when I used to be in work there, I lived with my grandmother, which was really cool. I think when I first moved to Montreal for real, I moved in with her. It was really awesome. I really liked it. She was really nice. We had a lot of fun. We have good memories. We have bad memories, but we have really good memories. I miss those days where I used to live with her. It was really cool. You know, we would make breakfast in the morning, go outside, go for walks, you know, watch movies. And you know, though we have those bad memories where it's like I would sleep on the couch because I went out all night, and sometimes I would arrive after work and I would pass out and it was like supper time and she's like, supper's ready, and I'm like, I was too tired, and I would sleep until the next day, leave for work, come back, and it was like, yeah. So I have these good memories and bad memories with her, and hopefully she's not mad at me too much about that. So I used to live with her, and I got that job, and I was pretty proud because when I moved into Montreal, I was like, okay, where am I gonna work? I have to find work. And you know, it was a long process of like, I live with you but I don't have work. And I tried, and then I finally got that, and I really liked it. Although I had to get up really early, it wasn't near my house, and I had to drive or take the metro and the bus and all that stuff. And sometimes, you know, I'd miss one bus and then I'd be late or stupid stuff like that, or I'd take my car and I'd be stuck in snow for 30 minutes and just exaggerating a little bit, or I'd get lost or whatever and I'd make it late. But most of the time it wasn't that bad. I wasn't that late, and the boss liked me, and you know, I was a good worker. I would be very nice with the customers, the workers in the factory. I would be really nice. I'd have a lot of friends, and I was just energy. I would move a lot. I would be funny. My boss would be laughing a lot. He was like, you know, I would be I was like a clown. I'm always a clown, but I was like a clown down there, and I was just like dancing and singing and la la la. So I'd have to make sure there was always coffee, make sure the fridge was filled, make sure everything was good, you know. And then my boss would my manager would ask me a lot of stuff to do, and I was like, yeah, do it. You know, I remember him being like, you know, laughing a lot and smiling, and he was like, you're such like, you know, you're such a positive person in here, and he would like it. But at the factory there was a manager, and the manager would take care of the factory and the employees, which, if you think of it, he was taking care of the employees of the factory, not the employees of the cafeteria. But he kind of took his role a little higher than he should have. And I mean, thinking of it now, I'm still mad, and a lot of people are still mad at how he acted and what he was doing, but we didn't do anything about it. So when I was on break, I would take care of the cash, okay? So when I was on break, my manager was also the cook, and he would like take over the cash. But the thing was, I used to go on break, and this is the thing, is like, some people are gonna be like, oh my god, like this dude is such a, you know, because of what, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna explain. So I would take care of the cash, and when I was on break, I would go right beside, and this was my lunchtime, so I would eat my lunch right beside the cash, yes, and when someone would show up, I would get up and I would take care of them. So literally, while I was on break, I would still take care of the customers. Yes, right? I know, right? So I had my lunch break, and I had one or two other breaks, okay? Don't remember exactly how it works, but I do remember I had my lunch break about 30 minutes to an hour. And my manager, you know, he would be happy that I would do that because he didn't have to get out of the kitchen, take his gloves off, and take care of the cash and then come back in. But sometimes I was really tired, so I would, you know, lie my head down. I would lie my head down, and my boss wouldn't mind because he knew how hard I was working and how good I was at what I was doing. And it was my break, so technically I was allowed to do whatever I wanted. But the manager of the factory, he did not have it. He did not like it. So when he would show up and grab his coffee and he would look at me and I was sleeping, he would literally give me some crap about it, and he would give my manager some crap about it too. He was getting really mad at me, and the more he was getting mad, the more he was, I don't know, it was, oh my god, I think I even remember his name. That's how bad he was. So So every time he would go see him and be like, hey, she's sleeping, she's supposed to be working, and then he would say, no, she's on break, but I mean, what's the big deal, you know? And he's like, she shouldn't be sleeping there, she shouldn't be sleeping in the cafeteria. So then my boss told me, you know, you should go outside, or, you know, just don't do it in the cafeteria, just because, you know, he doesn't like it. And he's pretty much saying that he wanted to fire me, and I was just like, what the hell? So after a while, you know, I was telling people about it. I'm like, oh my god, this guy is so bad. Like, I'm allowed to do whatever I want during my break, right? And they're like, yeah, what the hell is this? And I was like, what the hell is he doing? So I was getting mad, and I kind of, it's so annoying. So after that, I started going to outside. I was like, screw it, I'm gonna go outside. You know, during summer, it's really beautiful, it's hot, there's grass, it's a big factory, so outside there was a lot of grass, and there was, you know, tables, and so I would go outside and eat, which was really cool, because I'm like, why am I not going outside all the time? You know, when it's winter, okay, fine, you're inside, but when it's summer, it was like, outside, girl. So I would lie down on the grass, and I would close my eyes. And this was during my break, of course. And what do you think happened? I got in trouble. So the boss of the factory, or the manager of the factory, however you want to call it, resource, wherever he worked in human resources, or he was the manager, I don't know, I don't care, but he told my boss that that was it, he wasn't having it, and he was going to fire me, like literally. I don't remember the steps. I remember that there was the first time he told him she has to stop, then he gave a letter and said if she does it again, it was saying something, I wish I had that letter, I wish I found the letter. It said something like, if she doesn't stop, if she doesn't work better, or make sure that there's never anything missing, or that she doesn't sleep, or her breaks, or whatever. It was like really weird letter, we're gonna fire her. And I was like, oh my god. And you know, I remember my manager saying like, this is like, he doesn't have control, but at the same time, I can't do anything. If he wants to fire you, I have no choice, because yes, he has no control over the company or my employees, but at the same time, he's controlling the big factory that we are in. So if he doesn't want to see you here, I kind of have no choice to fire you. So the other guy, of course, absolutely wanted to fire me. He said he gave me enough warnings, and so all I remember is I heard my name, and he told me to come in the factory, and he told me to take my clothes off right now. Sorry, that was really bad. I was wearing an outfit because I had to wear like kind of a cook chef kind of outfit. So he told me to change right now, to give him my key, give him my clothes, and I was escorted out of the building. And this is no joke, because the factory had like, when you came in, you had a card that you had to swipe or like put on the gate, and it was like kind of a little bit like the metro in New York, where there's like bars, and then you turn in the bars, and it's like from head to, you know, whatever. So he escorted me out of the building. Like, he literally waited for me to change in the back store, and he escorted me out of the building. Like, how insane are you? Because I was sleeping on the grass outside. By the way, I might have not even be sleeping. I might have just had my eyes closed, and he just like lost it with me, and he freaking fired. And I remember my boss being like, I'm so sorry. Like, his eyes were teary, and he was like, I'm so sorry. I really like you. I wish I didn't have to do it, but I have to, because he's like over him. And now that I remember it, like, I remember my manager's face. I remember him, like, it's making me a little teary right now, because I remember how much I liked him, and how much he was nice to me, and how much he felt bad doing it, but he had to. So literally, I got fired. I got escorted like a freaking criminal out. I remember, like, it was so, like, they were holding my arm or something. I remember them holding me and like making sure I wasn't gonna run away or something. Like, I looked like I was a criminal, and everyone was like, what the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? Like, I got escorted out to a point where like people were like, what the hell is going on? So when I went outside, I didn't leave. I was like, screw this, I'm gonna stay here. First of all, I have lots of friends here, and I have lots of people who are wondering what's going on. So a lot of people came out after, and I was sitting on a picnic table, and I was just like, I'm gonna talk to everyone I can. And I told them what was going on, and they were like, oh my god, that is ridiculous. That is so stupid. Like, why is he doing that? And you know, a lot of people were like sad for me, and a lot of people were like mad. One thing that I forgot to mention is that one of my friends that I made, who I still talk to now, she's really awesome. You know, she's older than me. You know, I don't have any age group where it's like I hang around with those ages. It was like I had friends from different ages in that place, and one of them, which she really liked me, she would have a coffee, and she would sit near my cache, and we would talk the whole time. She actually got called to the office by him, and he told her, before he fired me, by the way, this is just before, and it happened also after, he told her that if she didn't stop talking to me, he would fire her. Like, he told her, if you don't stop talking to Nancy, I will fire you. She came to me and she's like, I'm so sorry, like I don't know what to do, like I really like you. I like, she was lost. And that happened a little before I got fired. So when I did get fired, well, guess what happened? She actually, you know, we started hanging out together. So I actually went to her house a lot. You know, we would eat, and I met her husband, and she's just so sweet. And she, you know, at the age that she was, it was like, I'm scared to lose my job, because if I do, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, it's that type of situation where she was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do if I lose my job. Yeah, I felt really bad, and I was like, why is this happening to me? Why is he doing this to me? What the hell did I do to this guy? All I did was relax outside in the grass or relax on a table. I had literally an hour. If I wanted to leave, and this is the thing, is that some people would eat elsewhere, some people will go to their house, some people, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's your hour. You're allowed to do what the hell you want to do. If you want to go shopping, you're allowed to go shopping. It's your 1 hour where you check out, you leave, and when you come back, you have to, you know, you have to be there at a certain time and start working. But whatever you do while that time, I mean, we're not gonna do stupid stuff like go rob, but you know what I mean? You have 1 hour where you're allowed to do whatever you wanted, and for some reason he did not let me do what I want. He did not approve of me, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he just didn't like my face, maybe he didn't like me, my personality, I don't know. He just didn't have it, and so he did everything he could to fire me. And you know, I remember my manager, before he had to fire me, he was like, you know, we could do it, you could sleep in my office if you want, you could, you know, do whatever, or go outside. He's the one who told me you could go outside, whatever. He was like, you know, if you want to do, just be careful, like, just make sure you don't get fired, because I don't want to fire you, you know. And I still ended up being fired. And by the way, if you're curious, my friend, she did end up by getting fired or leaving after a few months. And I don't know if it was that, but I know she had a few problems with him about, you know, the fact that he was threatening to fire her because of me, and there was other things. So she did end up by leaving. You know, it wasn't okay. But I did meet a lot of good people there. I did have a lot of fun. I did have good memories, as long as bad memories. We made cookies, which was pretty awesome. I don't even think I got to eat cookies. Anyways, oh, there was a good deed I used to do when I worked there, and we could make another video about that if you want. I used to do a good deed when I worked there, and a really good one. I have stories from that. And there was also my brother, who is now a teen. He actually went in one of the magazines of that factory because of me. So that was also a good thing, which, by the way, I lost. I wish I could find again, but I lost it. Maybe if I go back and Google it, maybe I could find it. But yeah, he did get, he got a photo shoot. He got a little paycheck from that, and he got in the magazine for the company. So big thing. That's a big thing, because the company, I mean, it's a big company. If I say the word, you're like, oh! Yeah, so, I mean, maybe not everywhere in the world. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it is everywhere in the world. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked my video, my story. Tell me if you got fired from any of your jobs and why. Please like my video, subscribe to my channel, make sure you check in the description my merch and all my social media link and my eBay store. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye for now.